Okay, hi YouTube, Mr. the Boss here, and in this video we're going to be comparing Borderlands 2 with Killzone Mercenary with Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. Now these are three of the PlayStation Vita's probably most prominent and standout shooters, and we're just going to see how they stack up against each other in this comparison. So the game you're currently seeing is Borderlands 2, and to be honest I'd say it looks pretty decent. I mean, the cel-shaded graphics lend themselves nicely to the PlayStation Vita's OLED display. But bear in mind that there are some hiccups and there's quite a lot of stuttering during gameplay. So this is a short segment from Black Ops Declassified, and this is the online multiplayer aspect. And as you can see, the game looks different. I mean, it's hard to say whether it's better or worse, but it is different. I mean, while this doesn't have cel-shaded graphics, it does have slightly more realistic look, which to be honest I'd say actually doesn't look quite as nice as the Borderlands 2. I'd say, it's quite fuzzy, it's not running at native resolution, and, the textures lack clarity. One of the main benefits of Black Ops Declassified is that it does run at a solid clip. It's pretty much a smooth 30. There are a couple of hiccups, but it's nowhere near as much as Borderlands 2. So, this is some footage of Killzone Mercenary, and hopefully you can just see why this game got the incredible ratings that it did. I mean, it looks drop dead gorgeous, really. I mean, especially on the 5-inch OLED display. I mean, this game is really something to look at. On top of that, it runs fairly smoothly, but like the other two, there are still some bugs and hiccups, but nothing game breaking. And, I think most Vita owners are used to dealing with a bit of a frame rate drop every now and again. So here we have all three games running side by side. On the far left, we have Borderlands 2, and in the middle, we have Black Ops Declassified, and on the right, we have Killzone Mercenary. So, I mean, out of the three, I think Killzone Mercenary is by far the best game. I think Killzone Mercenary probably has the most replayability out of the three, closely followed by Borderlands 2, but I think Killzone Mercenary has the much better multiplayer, whereas, Borderlands 2 has a co-op play, which is, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty good, but it doesn't really have an official sort of, PvP multiplayer, which is kind of what the Vita was really needing when Killzone Mercenary came out. And yeah, I think the Killzone Mercenary multiplayer is really something quite special. I mean, it's pretty much a Call of Duty style multiplayer with better graphics than Call of Duty, and a really unique twist on the gameplay. There's lots of cool things to do. There's valor cards, you get money, actual sort of in-game money which you can use to purchase proper upgrades just by killing enemies in different and unique ways, and that that alone adds a nice twist to the game. On top of that, the main game is broken into very manageable story sections, and each one can be, tried on 3 different difficulty settings, each with different rewards. On top of that, the trophies really make you go back and scour each level to really get everything out of them. So, there's a lot here to do. So, Black Ops Declassified is probably my least favourite out of the 3. I mean, mostly because it's just a really bad game, as in, everything aside from the multiplayer is just pretty much broken. I mean, the main story just consists of, 10 really totally random, without context missions, which just make no sense, and they're really boring and repetitive. I was actually pleasantly surprised by the multiplayer though, and I actually found it was a lot of fun, even though it's very limited compared to the console versions. Black Ops Declassified is actually, it's a bit of a blast on the go. Now, Borderlands 2, this is, it's a weird one because the actual game I think is really incredible. Like, I really enjoyed this game on PC. I just don't think the Vita's port is that good. I mean, it's more like a last resort. I mean, the Vita's port on Borderlands 2 is basically for anyone who has absolutely no access to any other console and absolutely has to have this game on the go. It really is not that great. I mean, the controls are not as nice as using an actual controller. The graphics don't pop as much, and there is some frame rate and stuttering, and just a lot of the game just feels like it's toned down. So that's it from me, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.